That's right. It's me. I've returned to my own podcast, and I'm getting the timer set because I want to do this for only the amount of time that I want to do this. All right, welcome to Dog Name Podcast. I'm your host, Winston Hodges. Oh, my God. Guys, you can catch me this weekend, March, Sunday the 17th? Yeah, March 17th, you can catch me closing out Hotbed Comedy Club. I'll be there. That'll be very fun. Following week, I got March 20th at the Alamo Draft House in Crystal City in Arlington. I'm headlining. The 21st, I'm in Avon, Indiana at Red Curb Comedy Club. The 22nd through 23rd, I'm at the Des Moines Funny Bone in Des Moines, Iowa. On the 24th, I'm in Kansas City at the Rhino headlining. And then you can catch me on 326. I'm in, actually, what's that? I think 327, I'm in Bloomington, Illinois at Night Shop. 328, I'm in Paxton, Illinois. 329, I'm in Decatur. 330, I'm in Cincinnati. Doing a really fun show. So come to it. Bombs Away Comedy. All right, we're here. We're back. It's gonna be a quick one. I gotta get back to my PS5. I'm in between missions right now. I think this is gonna be a running theme. All right, so Best Buy. Remember they screwed me, right? And then they unscrewed me, and then they screwed me again. The saga is over. We're finally done with that. The way that the Geek Squad works is when they replace your camera, they just give you a gift card with the amount that you initially paid for it, minus the Geek Squad, because Geek Squad's basically like insurance or whatever. It got explained to me again. The guy was really nice today. I went a different route. The camera that I had is now $500 more expensive than what I paid for it. So I went one model down on the camera, got a older version on it, infinitely cheaper. Going to use the extra money to upgrade the podcast. That's right, folks. Who knows what's going to be coming to the podcast soon? But it's going to be coming from freaking Best Buy, because that's where you have to spend Best Buy gift cards. You can't use them anywhere else. I also thought about the amount of money that they put on this gift card is egregious. Like, it's an insane amount of, like, so the camera I bought, because it's a business expense, it's, a pretty expensive camera. They can't put more than a certain amount on a gift card. Like, I reached the max of what you can put on one gift card. So it was on 2 gift cards, and then I ordered another camera. And so I've got about half of what I spent to spend on this podcast. So we'll see. I thought about, instead of doing that, taking the amount that I paid for, like, whatever, let's X amount, and then just tell someone that I would sell them this gift card that has X amount for X minus $200 and see if I could get just that amount of cash back. But I was like, I really want to freaking another camera. So we got another camera. It's coming. We'll soon have multiple angles again. We'll have this angle, and then the other angle will be of my ass. So it's gonna be awesome, dude. I can't wait. I bought a rectal camera because I'm due for colonoscopy. I haven't had one before, but I'm supposed to get one, I think, because cancer runs. I have colon cancer in my family, and I'm almost at the age where you have to do it. And so I was like, well, why not kill 2 birds with one stone and buy an ass camera? So I've got a butt camera coming. It's a Panasonic. I don't even know what they would call it. I don't even know what you call the cameras, because it's not orthoscopic camera, because it's not. It's just It's a butt camera. So I've got a. Can you buy those? Can you buy a butthole? A butt can you buy? Yeah, we're Googling. Yeah, Yusuf's looking. I'm looking. Can you buy a a butterfly knife is the first one. I know that. Any endoscope. It's called an endoscope, so it's not an arthroscope. And the first thing you look up is, anyone ever bought an endoscope for personal use? So we're going to click on that now. Is that really? This is December 22nd, 2018, right before Christmas, 3 days before Santa came. Someone was like, I really want to look inside my ass. All right, so December 22nd, 2018, Viv FTP. This is on Resetera.com, which is a website I've never heard of before. I've always been curious about owning an endoscope to stick in various holes. To stick in various holes like my ears and see what's going on in there. It looks like they've come down in price a lot over the past few years, and I'm curious if anyone's tried one. Here's one example off of Amazon. Okay. If you've bought one, then please share your experience and even a model number if you've got one. And then the responses are, I want less reminders of my gooey mortal husk, not more. Another one, that's going straight up your butt, isn't it? Okay. That's very true. And then that person responded, hey, there's a lot of interesting things going on in there. I'd be remiss if I didn't stick it up there. So you can get one. What do you think they cost? I'm going to click on the one that he had on Amazon. What do you think, an endoscope? All right, folks, this is the time of the show where you tell me how much you think an ass camera costs, an endoscope. What are you thinking, Yusuf?
I'm going to go.
It said change country. It's like you cannot buy this here.
Okay.
It's in Canada, so it's Canadian dollars.
Okay.
What do you think?
I'll go 5,000.
Uh-oh, something went wrong on our end. Now I have to look up how much is an endoscope. So Yusuf's saying $5,000. I'm gonna say like $800, which might be hilariously low. What? No, you can't even like look at. They're like, what are you talking about? They're like, stop. Oh, it's gonna be crazy expensive, dude. The national cost of an endoscopy is $2,700, and if you don't have insurance, it's $10,000 to get a camera in your ass. So I don't know how much the actual camera is, or you can get an endoscope camera with a light off of Amazon for $30.99. So,
No.
yeah, dude, that's awesome with a light. Unreal. Or you can go to eBay and get a used one. Get a used endoscope for all your holes. Because isn't that what we all are, folks? A series of holes. Isn't that all we are? Just a series of holes with a soul. And some people's soul also functions as another hole. You ever think about how many holes you have? You ever think about the math? Because the question is, do you count eyes as holes? You have eye holes when there's no eyes in there, but it's like because you got these nostrils is 2 holes, mouth is another hole, ears were up to 5 holes, and then you got your rear end that's 6, your end in the front, and that's 7. So men are 7 to 9 holes. Yeah, we're just a half round of golf. That's all we are. You're going to get quick little 9 holes in. That's what I say when I'm on a date with a man. All right, we're off track. We are off track. Dude, in our endoscope camera with light, borescope with 8 adjustable LEDs with 1920p. I don't even know what that is. That's not even, that's I don't know, that's 1.85 times better than 1080. I don't even know what. Or you can get your 3-year accident protection plan from Allstate. You can get an ass camera protection plan from Allstate. There's gonna be accidents. Is Allstate's the mayhem guy? I'm mayhem. Looks like you've stuck a camera in your ass. It's still a clean podcast. I haven't said GD or the F word, and I haven't talked sex. This is about as far as it gets. Yeah, I'm mayhem, and sometimes you stick a $47 camera in your ass. Sometimes you do, and that's when mayhem happens. I don't even know how you go to the doctor like that. I don't know how you go to the doctor and are like, excuse me, doc. I have a camera in my ass. What happened? Mayhem. Mayhem happened to me. Maybe you recognized him from the commercials and as, I think, Dennis Leary's brother in Rescue Me. I think his name's Dean Winters. I think he's in a lot of stuff. He's a good actor. But that's $44.04 for the... it's accessible for multiple scenarios. This is the whole show. Oh, and great. Don't worry, guys. It's got a lightning connector. So, because in the comments, it's like, Yeah, it's a lightning connector because they're like, you can't stick an Android in your ass. They're not made for that. Yeah, Androids are pieces of shit, but you can't stick them back in your butt. I've said ass a lot. I must switch to butt. Ass really doesn't even feel like that bad of a swear word, especially when you don't have the whole part. That makes it adult. That's how they get mad at you on TV when you say that. So we just say butt. Heiny. Heiny's really funny. This show's off the rail. I don't even know what we're doing anymore. Use the app. It's good for iOS. iOS 9 Plus. So I guess what does that mean? You could use like an iPhone 6. Waterproof cable and lens. 16.4 foot semi-rigid cable. All types of. This is what it looks. Is that showing up in the camera? That's what it looks like. I can't tell. It might not be focusing on that. Are we too far back? Is that good? Move back farther, for closer to you. Look, how does that look, guys? That's what the ass camera looks like. And there's the light. Get a little flashlight. Yeah, and then very cool. So that's what that is. Make sure it's focused on me again. I can't have any. Well, I want to see reviews on the. Or I would like to see how many sold. One available. New. A brand new, unused, unopened, undamaged item in its original packaging. All right. Business and industrial is what it's labeled under. See full description. I mean, it's pretty nice. Yeah, you know what? If you like the podcast and you enjoy it and you share this episode, all right? And I want to see a public share. Tag me and Dog Name Podcast on Instagram, all right? If we can get to 1,000 shares, I will buy one of these and I will give you an endoscopy. I won't, but I'll buy you an endoscope. If we get to 1,000 shares, I will buy someone an endoscope, and then you can do whatever you want after that point. Do whatever you would like to do. It don't even tell you what you can do with this. They're like, you're not supposed to put that in you. There's no way. This has to be for looking inside of a car. Don't put this in you, but it would also be very funny if you did. All right. Well, what do you know? We've been talking about this for 12 minutes. Dear God. I don't even know how I started. How did we even get to this, Yusuf? Let's see if I can logically track. I did my dates, and then, I have no idea. Got a new camera. Oh, and that was an ass camera. There. All right, that's where we tracked the riff back to its source. Awesome. The best part about talking about it for 12 minutes is you can't clip it. Awesome. So feel free to share this 12-minute video on a butthole camera. Some would say this is the best episode of the podcast we've done. Some would say that. Some would say it's the worst. And to that person, I would say, mother, please stop. Oh, man, I don't really want to talk comedy. I just now want to the endoscope thing really threw me off. I'm just going to Google, can you use an endoscope on yourself? Can you? Oh, well, there's a video of a gastroenterologist performing one on himself. How painful is an endoscopy? Upper endoscopy is an outpatient procedure. Go home same day. It's uncomfortable. It's not painful. Okay. Does IBS show up on an endoscopy? No. What do we? Not. It says nothing can be seen with endoscopy, colonoscopy, or X-rays. It's like, then why do you? Will I be put to sleep for an endoscopy? Can you wear a bra during an endoscopy? Women may keep their bra on for the procedure. That's really funny. Is it normal to vomit after an endoscopy? No, it says call a doctor. All right, enough about the butt camera stuff. But yeah, we'll have two angles. We'll we'll figure out a way to do that. We'll do something fun with it. It'll be nice to have a camera on the road, I think. So I think that'll be pretty nifty. I'm hoping get it for my. I'm going to the Midwest, man. I'm going to the Midwest. I'm excited about it. But I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know. I'm nervous about selling tickets. So here's what we're gonna do. Here's how we're gonna plug the shows right now. All right. I am gonna look up fun facts about each city that I'm gonna be in, and then I'll make a little video to try to get people there. Okay. Let's see here. All right, Wikipedia, open this up. April 21st, I'm going to be in Avon, Indiana. And here's what I have to say to that. Hello, Avon. Hello, Avon. I was curious if all 21,474 of you, according to the 2020 census, who are also part of the Indianapolis metropolitan area, if you would like to come to my comedy show. I'm going to be at Red Curb Comedy. What's that? Well, it's a comedy club, and the address is an interstate, so it's going to be right off of that. So look up Red Curb Comedy. Maybe you're like, oh, is it a good place to see comedy? Well, let's check the geography. Are you located in eastern Hendricks County, and are you bordered to the north by Brownsburg, to the west by Danville? Then sounds like you're in Avon. Okay. Oh, it says U.S. Route 36. I think that's the show it's on. The road. Yeah, it's growing. Wow, Avon, look at you. You went from 13,000 people in 2010 to 22,000 in 2020. So, look at you. Hey, are you a senior at Avon High School or maybe Harris Academy? Dude, this show's for you. No, I mean, I don't know. Avon, Indiana, please come out. So here's the thing. April 21st, I'm in Avon. I know nothing about Avon. I know it's a suburb of Indianapolis. I hope I get some people there, man. Because here's the thing, man. When you're doing road stuff and it's all DIY road stuff, I have a fair following on Instagram, but at any moment, Instagram can decide to not show your stuff, right? So Avon's March 21st. We're at Red Curb Comedy. And it's a deal where I'm going to get the door. I'm going to get like a percentage of the door. But it's the type of thing where it's like it seats 100. I would be so happy with like 35 people. Because 35 to 40 people, I can make enough money I don't have to sleep in my freaking car. And it's the type of thing where like that would be a fun show. But I'm at the point now, man, where it's like I'm doing some of these road gigs and it doesn't matter how good you are at stand-up. It's can you get people in the door? And I don't know if I can. I don't know if I've got the draw yet. I've got my email list that I think I'm going to switch to. I'm going to do a text list. I think that's kind of the next move. I think that's a lot easier to send a text message to someone with the link to the thing. I just don't know how much willing people are going to be to give me their phone number because I think that, because I don't want to think I'm selling it. Because I don't even know where to go to do that. But not that I would, but I've got no clue. But, yeah, man, I'm really just nervous about selling these tickets in the Midwest, dude. Now that we're getting to the serious comedy discussion about it, because I'm at a point in comedy where when I take these risks of doing road stuff, a lot of the money's not guaranteed, right? So basically, if for anyone that's curious with this DIY stuff, is it's like I'm very lucky in that I've auditioned for the Funny Bone comedy clubs before, and I've been passed as a feature. And if you don't know a lot about stand-up, usually in other industries, when you hear the word passed, when someone has passed on something, it means that it's not accepted or whatever. Like, it's the exact opposite in comedy. When a club has passed you, it means, hey, you have passed our series of tests. You've passed our audition. We want you to work our club. So I've been passed as a feature for the Funny Bone. I get some work sometimes. So I got this gig, right? So I got in Des Moines, the 22nd and the 23rd, Des Moines, Iowa at the Des Moines Funny Bone. I'm doing 3 shows, and for total transparency, they don't pay crazy well. They pay pretty good for feature spots, but not insanely well, and they do provide a hotel. So I've got this nice basis of like, this is what I'm doing. I have to sell merch. If my merch doesn't sell well, it financially doesn't make sense. But the merch could sell so well that I make enough money that I'm like, okay, then the rest of this trip is just a nice little vacation. And that's the weird thing, right? But it's like, when you're doing these DIY things, I just got this weekend, and I was like, I wonder if I can build other shows around it. And I'll be honest. I'll be transparent because I don't think enough people are transparent in the struggles and stuff with booking shows or getting to the point where you're like I'm a headliner, but I'm not famous. You know what I mean? I just taped for Don't Tell Comedy, but there's no guarantee that that's going to do a lot for my career. We don't really know. Like, I'm excited about it, but we don't know. But what I do know is the shows that I'm not concerned about selling well are the Funny Bone shows because I'm not headlining. So there's a guy with credits. It's an actual club. I think we'll get some people in there. So I'm not worried about those. And that's 3 shows. I'm not worried about my 2 shows with CU Comedy, which is in Paxton, Illinois, and Decatur, run by the Tuttles. They always pack it out. They're the type of people who are like, they run these shows regionally. They're always really fun. They do a good job, and they always pack them out. So there will be people at those. That's fine. And I'm not really concerned about Cincinnati because Wayne, who runs those for Bombs Away Comedy, they look like they pack out. They look like they're fun. And all those people are going to pay me fairly, but it's not the amount of money to where, like, merch is still really important, right? I'm really nervous about Kansas City on a Sunday. I'm super nervous about that. At the Rhino, that venue looks amazing. That venue's going to be awesome. But I really want to pack Kansas City out because, like, when I was back there featuring at the comedy club, it was amazing. I had people follow me, but it's just, can those people see what I'm doing? So it's like the Rhino's this dope little rock club. I've got Owen Vacheron's doing a lot of these shows with me. He's going to be on the road with me. Maddie Stancic is she's going to be hosting, and she's a comic I met out there. Very nice, very kind. I enjoy getting to meet her. Excited to see her work. But it's like, if that doesn't sell, I don't make money / the show might not happen. And I'm someone that's like, when the show doesn't have a lot of people show up, it doesn't matter who you are or how good you are at comedy. If a lot of people don't show up to your show and you're trying to headline, it's going to make you feel like shit. And I don't need to feel like that on the road. And then Avon, it's just like, it's a newer club. They some of these spots took a little bit longer to get the ticket link out that I wanted. And I mean, like, honestly, we're like, what? I'm like 9 days away. It's like 9 days away, and then I'm there. I honestly don't even know. I think it's like 8 or 9 because I leave next Thursday morning. So it's important to me that you buy tickets. I would love, if you're in Avon, Indiana, Des Moines, Iowa. No, screw that. If you're in Avon, Indiana, or you're in Kansas City, Missouri, or you're in Bloomington, Illinois, or you're in Cincinnati, Ohio, buy those tickets. All right, those are more important than the other ones because the other ones, they're going to pack it out. Those people do a wonderful job. I want you to come to all the shows. But yeah, so half of them I'm a little nervous about, man. We might be, if my merch sells really well, it's the type of thing where, like, if the merch sells well, if the Good Energy shirts sell good, I'll be able to get Airbnbs for us. We got places to stay some of the nights, not every night. But if not, we're going to be sleeping in the car, baby. A lot of cuddling with Owen Vacheron. But I don't know, man. I don't think people like to pretend it's all really easy. I'm very lucky and blessed, I think, to be at the part of stand-up where I'm getting these opportunities. I'm getting an opportunity to reach out and to try, and people are taking a chance on me. But I haven't yet figured out how to truly get an audience. I think when people come to my shows, they see something unique and different. I don't think my comedy is like a ton of other people's comedy. And I think if you see me live, you like me and you enjoy it. But it's how to get those people so invested that they're like, I want to buy a ticket to see you. So that's why I think this podcast is important. And yeah, so this is pretty serious after the butt camera stuff. But I mean, like, if you're thinking about going full time in stand up, or you're thinking about just putting together a DIY tour where you've got, like, some vacation days that you want to take and you want to do that, that's all really doable. And you can do that at literally any level of comedy you want. Just know it's going to be hard. The toughest thing about, I think, doing stand-up and taking that big leap is it's like you're making no money, you're paying for your own insurance, you got to pay for your place to stay a lot of times. But when you do that little DIY tour, sometimes the shows go better, you know what I mean, than you think. Like we have, like, I think what's going to happen is Saturday night when we do, after Des Moines, we're going to go to sleep, wake up, and drive directly to Kansas City, try to get to Kansas City as early as possible, and we're going to bark. And we're going to try to bark people in, which is, I've never really done it before, it brings me so much anxiety to do that. But we're going to go around, try to get people. I'm going to try to film some content. Monday and Tuesday, we're just going to go straight to Bloomington, Illinois. And I think we're going to film content, and we're going to go to Illinois State University, go Redbirds, and go on campus and just try to bark. And I might try to have something with the QR code, because it's like, if that one packs out and he gives me a nice little percentage of the door, I think that would be a really great and grand show. But yeah, it's tough, man, because it's tough to know what to do, because I also have to do this promo and stuff, and it's hard. And it's hard to get the promo out. But, this will be a nice learning experience. Some of these shows I think are going to be great. I think all the shows are going to be great. I think the turnout on some, it's going to take a lot of work from me. So if you're available and you're in any of those cities, come out. If you're in Indianapolis, come on out to Avon, baby. I'd love to see you. If you're near Kansas City, Missouri, come on out. I'd love to see it. Love to give you a little peck on the lips, a little kiss on the forehead, big old hug. And Bloomington, Illinois, I think all the shows are going to be great, man. I got a bunch of new stuff from the last time when I was out there. I'm honestly in the mood to do a lot of riffing and weird stuff to try to explore and get some new material. So it's going to be fun, man. I'm excited, but I am pretty nervous about it. But we're coming up on the end here, like 4 or 5 minutes. I really want to go play Helldivers. Another there's the thing I wanted to talk about, so I'll just go look at the old notes here. I'm going to tomorrow. I'm going to the ACC tournament, so I'm pretty excited to watch some college basketball tomorrow. Watch my Hokies try to beat Florida State at noon. Here's just like another thing I want to talk about is, man, I try to be a good dude. I work really hard. Dude, anxiety gets all of us, man. We're all struggling. We're all struggling with anxiety. And I want to start talking about my mental health and stuff more on stage and off stage, honestly. I've been in therapy for a minute. It's going pretty good. But this past weekend, I was at the DC Improv, one of the best clubs in the country. Had a wonderful time. And, I had an incident where, dude, sometimes you can just be having a bad day and you had a bad mood. And just, I had just, an incident where, I took something the wrong way from a comic, and I took it in the completely wrong way, and it caused me to react in the wrong way. And then I just was in a weird mood the entire weekend until me and this comic hashed it out and dapped each other up, and everything was fine. And he was a great guy, and hopefully he thinks I'm a great guy. And I say all this to say that's man, it's when you are doing something like comedy, everybody has bad days. You know what I mean? Myself included. You just have days where you're not who you normally are, and you just kind of hope that through the grace and patience of other people, they understand, oh, this isn't who you are. And I was very lucky in this instance, man. Comedy is a super... Interpersonal relationships are really important, man, and knowing how to navigate that. And how, this really small incident, how much this affected me for an entire weekend, where my anxiety made me feel like a piece of shit. And I felt terrible all weekend long to have that happen. And then I see the absolute lunatics walking around in comedy, making people feel like garbage all the time, or just acting crazy. I'm I don't know how they do it. I don't know how. Some of y'all are crazy. I mean, Yusuf said it earlier. We were talking earlier. We're just everyone's insane. Everyone is insane, and even the normal folks, the well-adjusted folks, we sometimes snap, and it's not great, dude. It was a small little thing, and I felt so bad. I felt bad for days. But all the comics killed. Those shows were so good. All the shows this weekend at the Improv were amazing, man. I was in the main room with Jamie Lee. Great. She was taping a thing to try to submit, and so I did shorter sets, but I was basically able to just do the 10 minutes for my Don't Tell set multiple times, and just man, it felt good. It was one of those... I've been, not every set's great, but every set that is great feels different. I don't know if that makes sense. Not every set is great, but the ones that are great, they feel different. They feel like progress is being made in this whole comedy thing. But I don't know, man. I'm just really hoping to do well enough in stand-up, and this little mini tour goes well, so that when I get back, I can buy an ass camera. I would love We're bringing it full circle, baby. We're bringing it full circle. Who'd have thought we'd have talked about endoscopes that long, and then also we're right at 30 minutes, and I think that's the theme song kicking in. This is a nice little 30-minute episode. So we talked about some real stuff. We talked about some real DIY stuff after we did a lot of fun butt camera stuff. I don't know if this is new. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing with this podcast, but keep listening. Let's hit it one more time. March 21st, Avon, Indiana at Red Curb Comedy Club. The 22nd to the 23rd, I'm at the Des Moines Funny Bone opening for Jonathan Kite. Sunday, March 24th, I am at the Rhino in Kansas City headlining. 2 days off, but come hang out with me in Bloomington, Illinois on the 27th of March at the Night Shop. The 28th, I'm in Paxton, Illinois. And the 29th, I'm in Decatur, and you can check those out at cucomedy.com. And then March 30th, I am headlining shows for Bombs Away Comedy. All right, 2 shows for Bombs Away Comedy in Cincinnati, Ohio. I've been Winston Hodges. You've been great. We love you. You're amazing. Yes, that is the show. Goodbye. And bye. Oh yeah, add me on PS5 Helldivers. It's my handle. So follow me, do it, share. Come on, let's kill some bugs.